I'm on site at the music school. Here we're going to actually put in a big permaculture area, so I'll fully design it under permaculture principles. Let me tell you a joke. Big Ears is going to see his best friend Noddy, and he's hopping along in the forest, and Bear spots him, and Bear goes, "Hey Big Ears, you're looking happy?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to see my bestest best friend Noddy." And he goes, "Oh, that's great, Big Ears. See you later, have a good one." And says hi for me, and so then he's hopping along and he sees Rabbit. And Rabbit goes, "Hey, Big Ears, what are you doing? You're looking happy." And Big Ears goes, "I'm going to see my bestest best friend Noddy." And he hops up to the house and he goes, "There's the house of my bestest best friend Noddy." And he knocks on the door and he goes, "There's the door of my bestest best friend Noddy." And he knocks on the door opens, there's Noddy, and he goes, "What do you want, Big Ears?" Lanty.
Kerry, man.
How are you?
How's it going, man? Everything all right?
Long time, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, I want to talk to you about a project that I'm doing. It's two parts. One part's about collecting the heritage seeds of Corfu.
Right.
And the second part is about a permaculture garden that I'm putting together, but I think I'm going to need your help.
Really?
Yeah.
Come in. We'll talk about it.
Nice to see you. Anyway, so the plan is to secure the seeds from every single village in Corfu. That's a bold one, I know. And then do an education program on the music school site where I'm going to build a permaculture system and show everybody how it's done. But my knowledge stops there. So I'm getting other people from around the island to show us their skills. We're going to grow hugel beds, raised garden beds, food forests, all kinds of stuff. But
hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we build a geodesic dome for your project?
that would be awesome. So it could become a greenhouse or a classroom or something. Good idea.
Sure.
Yeah, fantastic.
Good.
Thank you.
No worries, man.
This is only 3 weeks on. Yeah.
I think we started from here.
There, where's this lizard?
On your left elbow.
Yeah.
On the one.
So there are rats here. There's also diggings here. I don't know if dogs are digging or if we've got rabbits.
Yeah, there are dogs.
Do we have rabbits in a Cornelia though?
Of course.
Hello kitty.
So if we go at least until this old building there, until this tree there.
Yep, good.
Okay, and clean at least another 20 meters.
Yep.
Further down.
Yep.
Let's start from here because
Go
the
on.
rest is jungle. We cannot visit it yet.
Yep.
So we can expand this project over there.
When the permaculture system's put in, we're going to have swales, and I'll show you roughly where. Once everything is dug, and that's a week away, we'll say,
Yeah.
the rest is just gardening. I'll
Okay.
show process of permaculture, but it's not essential. It's anybody can do it from there.
Yeah.
So any fears that you have of, hang on, can we continue this process? Yes, you
Yeah.
can, because I'll set up composting, I'll set up worms.
Okay. Do you see this fence over there?
Yeah, there's a
This
well.
is the well there that
That's
we
a
can
well?
use. It is an old, for the vothros. How do you call it?
Okay, good, toilet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I can do
It's
banana circles.
empty. It's
And the building, what's this?
there's nothing. Just a roof.
Okay, so the roof goes.
Think.
Yeah, I've done it already.
All right. Okay.
I've done it already.
Relax.
One of the main principles of permaculture is to dig in a swale. The swale is designed to slow the water flow over your land, because up on the hill here the water runs down, rushes down, and if there's any little ditches or gullies or any damage in the soil, then that can be pulled away and eroded. Then all the heavy weeds come in to try and stitch up that erosion. So in permaculture what we try and do is dig in a swale, which is a water harvesting ditch on contour, meaning digs a ditch and it runs right around the same level line around the hillside. This ditch has a mound on the other side, so water flows into it, stops against the mound and then slowly soaks in. It's also designed to grow trees. So it is a tree growing water harvesting system. It hydrates the landscape. The cheaper methods of doing this, like if you haven't got a spare engineer or the money for an engineer and you want to do the landscape yourself, what I do is get a 10-metre piece of string with a string of 10 metres, and we put a knot in at 5 metres and another knot in at the 10-metre mark. I will go from the top boundary, string it 10 metres along and then 10 metres down and put a peg, and I will peg it every 10 metres. Then you mark from this boundary right across 5 metres, 5 metres, 5 metres, 5 metres. And you keep marking across so you've got your 5 metre mark. Then you mark down 5 and 10 metres. Then you mark from the next 5 metre one, 5 and 10 metres. Then you mark from the next 5 metre one, 5 and 10 metres. And then across at these 10 metre marks, make sure they're all the correct distances apart. Then you form a grid on your block and you show how big, how everything's spaced, where your trees are, and then you can plot everything accurately. You can also use a Johnson's level, and it's designed with a float inside to when you get a level point on your horizon to see where you want the swale, to work out if it's going to go between trees or if it's going to go underneath or fit anywhere around your horizon. You use a Johnson level. This costs $12.99 US, landed is just under $30 US. You can also use, completely biodegradable, using hemp string and that, an A-frame. And the A-frame, with a base of 2 metres, so you go an exact 2 metres, this will give you your level line. I'll show you how it works in a second. So when you move this around your horizon, you know that every 2 metres you've measured and you can peg it, and you also know that you're dead level on the horizon. Now let me show you how it works. So you mark where your first leg needs to go, and you mark where your second leg goes. That's exactly 2 metres apart. That gives you your length of measure around the horizon. Then you mark where the string hangs on the crossbar on both sides. Then you flip the A-frame around so the legs are in exactly the same mark spots. And then where the string hangs on the crossbar again, you mark that. And in between those two marks, when your string hangs there, you're exactly level. You're on horizontal plane. From there, you can roll it around the landscape, and where you can get the string in the middle from the last peg point. So you put it down, you put a peg on the front leg of where you want. You swing the A-frame around, and then you move it up and down the hill slope on the leg that is not on the peg spot until the string hangs on that centre mark. Then you know it's perfectly level. From there you mark that spot and then flip the A-frame around again. And then you get it so the string hangs in the middle and you mark that spot. And then at that point your bottom line is horizontal and you mark where that leg is and then flip it around again. And so on, right around the landscape. Coquino. It's very rare to find so big tree this time. Very rare. Nice. It's sweet. It's also rough on the, it's like a strawberry. A little bit bitter from the outside skin, and the skin is a bit rough to chew on, but nice. Well, how's that for organic? What's this land at? Vangeli. We want the costa. Call me Kerry though. Yeah, in the area. Up in Italy. Is the beginning of a food forest. Olives all around us, and this beautiful tree. Wonder how much more discoveries there are in this place. Ooh. I feel so sad in a way that you actually chop all this up, because I found such beautiful animals here. Like there's been frogs and lizards and things, and initially they're going to get trashed really, but in the permaculture growing, we're going to create habitat and we're going to create abundance by design. Thus, these animals will have a more beautiful place to live, with more food and more varieties. The ecology will be better. So this initial tractor work with fossil fuels being used saves a huge amount of manpower, and most people are just too busy to be able to put the effort in themselves, to be able to put in the labour. So this is an important step. So the owner of the tractor and the business that does this is Michalis Kaburis. Yes. Is that right? Yes. And what's your name? Vangelis. Vangeli. Karistune. Πάρα πολύ. See you. Place is cleared. This here is a horizontal line around the landscape, which is going to be digging in a swale. This is going to be a tree growing system. Got a nice little channel down here, goes right over the well. Be curious to see what the water table level is like. Things are going to happen here. First thing we're going to do is clean up this brush. Cover the entire place in cardboard and wheat. We've got some mulch right now. And I'll finish marking in this swale line.
Kerry, how are you doing?
Good, Crystal.
We need this.
It can be made so it's not going to fall on their heads. It's a nice structure. If not, I can use all the wood. And the geodesic dome started, which is very good.
Okay. So you're going to film it, make photos?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Hello. And the laser from the instrument goes on the mirror and gets back.
Yeah.
And so the instrument can measure the distance and the height. We calculate also the angle from the horizontal.
I'm using the GPS to figure.
to work
have
out.
exactly location, the map. I give you a map in the area, satellites.
Yeah,
Okay.
seriously cool.
Okay. We'll try to help my friend.
I appreciate that.
Βάρτα απ' την άλλη, βάρτα από εκεί. Σπρώχτω ένα τάκ. Σπρώχτω. Εδώ, μετά εδώ, έτσι.
Αυτή είναι εννοείς 4.
Τι είναι αυτή,
Αυτή είναι μουσμουλιά.
Σικιά.
Μουσμουλιά. Μουσμουλιά. Έτσι, Σπύρο.
You mark that leg,
Yes.
and you mark this leg,
Yes.
then you mark where it goes on the bar.
Yes.
Then you swap it, flip them around,
διαφορά.
then you go here and here. On the same spots, mark where it goes on the bar,
Yeah.
and then put a line in the middle. That line means that leg and that leg are exactly horizontal. So then you peg that point, flip it, and then once you've flipped it round, you get this in the middle again, peg that point, and then you do things like this on the contour. So they're exactly on level on the contour of the
Τι
horizon.
λέτε τώρα.
Very simple, one man. Can you...
Δει αυτά είναι στο ίδιο υψόμετρο.
Yep,
This one is the same level.
exactly. This one is also on the same level. Does your machine do that?
More easy than this.
Well, how much does this cost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can eat
At
it.
the end of it, you get a
just
reward.
wait to grow up this one. Okay, my name is Spiros Alexakis. My business is topography. You can find me in from my business cards, with my address and my phone number.
Τι είναι το τηλέφωνο σου?
69 47 82 68 67.
Done. See you, Costa.
Παιδιά, μην ξεχάσετε την Κυριακή, κάνει καιρό να κάνουμε το κήπο,
And what we want, this is pegged on level ground. This is horizontal around the landscape. So from this point, we need to dig the depth of his digger, which is 500, 400, straight in, dig that flat, so you've got straight in and then a flat, and then we back cut this at an angle, and get all that dirt and pile it on the front here. It's starting to rain. I've been waiting like 20 minutes at the front of Leon's shop. It's Cafés and Marcas Young. It's quite a famous little business, but he's got some tomato seeds for me, the wife tells me. So let's see if he's quieting down enough to go in. Oh! Check the side out. Still obviously very busy.
Γεια σας. Αντίγεια, γεια σας δάσκαλε. Θέλω να δοκιμάσει. Ευχαριστώ. Κλώ. Να χαρά, κλώ. Εντάξει. Ευχαριστώ.
Εκτός και με είχα πάρει γιατί να φτιάξω οδηγό, αλλά δεν θυμάμαι να μου κάνει. Καμιά φορά τα βάζουν και σε...
It's for your mom. Like espresso.
That is still sugar-free chocolate while I'm waiting.
Don't forget this one. Put it in your
So,
pocket.
Leon, tell me about these fantastic seeds. The tomato, aren't they?
Yeah, tomato seeds. These are the real Corfu seeds of the tomato. It's the old-fashioned Corfu tomato.
Alright.
That is not round, beautiful round.
Okay.
Like that.
Do you know how they taste?
Oh yeah, they do.
Really? So there's a sweet oak. Yeah. So how did you get hold of it?
An old lady gave it to my wife.
And so
My wife planted it last year.
Yeah.
And she kept seeds from this.
Is it possible to find out off this old lady how long she's been growing them for?
For hundreds of years. It's the old original Corfu seed.
These are the real deal.
Yeah.
That's gold. Leon, you're incredible. Body stop out for you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, thank you. How cool is this? Asiatiki Sporia. Amazing. I actually put a sign up for my meeting about the Corfu heritage seeds and started to explain to Leon the idea. And he was right on top of it. He said, hang on, my wife deals in this sort of thing. Maybe I can get you some plants. And so he got me the tomato seeds. So thank you very much.